In the glittering halls of a New York charity gala, a single dad's wide-eyed daughter clutches his hand, whispering dreams of a better life. But when a priceless diamond necklace vanishes, suspicion shatters the night, landing on the elegant heiress everyone trusts. Little does she know, this child's innocent voice will unearth a betrayal that rips through the crowd like lightning. What truth could break even the unbreakable? Jack Harlan hunched over the flickering stove in his cramped Brooklyn apartment, the kind where the walls whispered regrets and the fridge hummed empty promises. Rain lashed the single-pane windows, mirroring the storm in his 6-year-old daughter, Lily's feverish eyes. Cancer treatments had drained their savings. Jack's mechanic job barely covered meds, let alone rent. "Daddy, when I grow up, I'll buy us a house with a garden," Lily murmured, her tiny hand tracing raindrops on the glass. Jack forced a smile, his calloused fingers brushing her bald head. Chemo's cruel souvenir. "We'll have that garden soon, kiddo. Pink roses for you." Across the river in a penthouse overlooking the Hudson, Elena Voss sipped chamomile tea, her reflection in the floor-to-ceiling windows a portrait of poised perfection. At 38, the tech magnate's daughter had built Voss Innovations into a billion-dollar empire, her sharp suits and sharper mind masking the loneliness of inherited wealth. Tonight's invite to the Metropolitan Museum's annual philanthropy gala wasn't just obligation. It was a chance to announce her foundation's grant for pediatric research, $50 million to fight what stole Lily's curls. Her best friend Nadia Reyes, a fiery prosecutor with a laugh like champagne bubbles, lounged on the velvet chaise. "You'll dazzle them, Elena. But remember, no brooding heiress vibes. Smile like you mean it." Elena nodded, but her eyes held the weight of boardroom battles and empty holiday tables. Jack's invite? A fluke. The garage owner, pitying his brave employee, slipped him 2 tickets as a +1 perk. Lily overheard her insistence fiercer than any fever. "Please, Daddy, just once to see the stars inside." How could he deny her? Dressed in his one good shirt ironed with hope, they crossed the bridge into a world of crystal chandeliers and whispered fortunes, Lily's eyes devouring the magic like it was medicine. The gala pulsed with New York's elite, senators in tuxedos, actresses trailing perfume, philanthropists toasting futures brighter than the diamond-encrusted centerpieces. Elena glided through the crowd, her emerald gown catching light like envy itself. Nadia's arm linked in hers as they networked, handshakes sealing deals for Elena's cancer initiative. "To second chances," Elena raised her flute, voice steady, but her gaze snagged on a father-daughter pair by the hors d'oeuvres. The man, rough-edged and out of place, knelt to wipe sauce from the girl's chin, her giggles cutting through the murmur like sunlight. For a split second, Elena envied their tether, uncomplicated and fierce. Lily tugged Jack's sleeve, pointing at the velvet-draped podium where the evening's highlight awaited. The unveiling of the Star of Hope necklace, a 75-carat sapphire, donated by a reclusive collector for auction, proceeds fueling Elena's grant. "It's like a blue star, Daddy." "For wishes," Jack chuckled, but his pocket buzzed. A final notice from the hospital. $12,000 overdue. He pocketed it, focusing on Lily's wonder. As the curator lifted the case, applause rippled. The necklace gleamed, a cascade of midnight blue against white silk. Elena stepped forward for the ceremonial touch, her fingers brushing the gems, cool, unyielding symbols of what money could mend. Cameras flashed. Toasts echoed. Then chaos. A scream from the side chamber. "It's gone!" The case gaped empty, shards of glass glittering like fallen stars. Security swarmed, guests froze mid-sip, whispers turning to accusations. "Who was closest?" The curator barked, eyes scanning, fingers pointed inward, a toxic tide. Elena's hand lingered too long. Someone hissed, her foundation's grant tied to the auction. Motive screaming from headlines she'd buried. Heiress's empire built on shadows, whispers of embezzlement, scandals from her late father's era resurfaced, twisted fresh. She needed the insurance payout, a socialite murmured, loud enough for Nadia to whirl, but doubt cracked Nadia's loyalty. Her prosecutor's instinct flared at the optics. Elena's isolation, the perfect storm. "Elena, what the hell? You were right there." Nadia's voice sliced, betrayal hot in her cheeks. She yanked her phone, dialing NYPD with trembling fury. "Yes." "Theft in progress, Met Gala. Suspect is Elena Voss." The room turned predator. Senators edged away. Actresses clutched clutches. The collector's aide bellowed for arrests. Elena stood statue still, pulse thundering. The weight of inherited suspicion crushing her ribs. "I didn't," she started. But the crowd drowned her. A jury of silk and spite. Security flanked her, cuffs glinting like accusations. Nadia wouldn't meet her eyes. The friend who'd shared midnight confessions, now architect of her fall. Tension coiled, electric and suffocating. Flashes popping. Voices baying. Elena's empire fracturing in real time. Then a small voice pierced the din. Lily, perched on Jack's hip, wriggled free and toddled forward, her bare feet silent on marble, a forgotten napkin clutched like a flag. The room hushed, an improbable David amid Goliaths. "Wait," she piped, eyes locked on Elena. Not fear, but fierce certainty. All eyes swiveled, Jack lunging to scoop her back. But Lily held ground, pointing a sticky finger not at the heiress, but at the curator himself, the silver-haired man sweating rivers, his bow tie askew. "He took it, I saw. When the lights blinked funny, he put it in his pocket. Like hide-and-seek, but naughty." Gasps rippled. The child, no taller than a champagne tower, recounted it plain. During the power flicker for dramatic effect, the curator's slight, palm to lining, gem vanishing into tailored wool, shocking unadorned truth from a mouth too young for lies. Security pounced. The man crumpled, the necklace tumbling free, blue fire against the floor. The real thief, exposed not by cameras or cuffs but a girl's unfiltered gaze. Elena's knees buckled, tears carving silent paths down her cheeks. She dropped to Lily's level, hands hovering before cupping the child's face. You saved me," she whispered, voice cracking like fine china. Lily beamed, uncomprehending the stakes, only the warmth. "It's okay, lady. Stars belong to everyone." In that gaze, pure, unscarred, Elena saw her own buried girlhood. The bonds wealth couldn't buy. They lingered, foreheads touching, a pact forged in sapphire light. Nadia shoved through, face ashen, phone clattering to the floor. "Elena, God, I'm so sorry." "I jumped, She pulled her into a fierce hug. Apologies tumbling like confessions in a courtroom she'd never win. "You're my sister always. I was blind." Forgiveness bloomed quiet, Elena's nod a bridge rebuilt. The crowd exhaled, dispersing in murmurs of awe, peace reclaiming the hall, champagne refilled, the auction salvaged under softer lights. Jack gathered Lily, gratitude thick in his throat. As they slipped out into the night, the bridge home now lined with possibility. 3 weeks later, winter's bite deepened Brooklyn's chill. Jack's layoff hit like a gut punch. Garage downsized. Hospital hounding for the debt. Lily's latest scan glowed ominous. Treatments paused. Her garden dreams fading to coughs in the dark. Eviction loomed, Jack pacing the apartment. Fists clenched against walls closing in. "We fight this," he vowed to her sleeping form, but despair clawed deep. Then a knock, insistent. Elegant, Elena stood threshold framed, coat dusted with city snow, Nadia at her side with files and a checkbook, her Lily's wish. Elena said simply, eyes fierce. She'd pulled strings, grant fast-tracked, debts erased, a specialist flown in from Boston, Jack's job, revived through her network. Better pay, full benefits, but more a trust for Lily's future. Pink roses funded in a brownstone garden waiting. She defended a stranger, Elena murmured. Kneeling by the bed where Lily stirred, eyes lighting like rediscovered stars. Now we defend her. The truth, that child's bravery, hadn't just cleared a name. It shattered Elena's isolation, forging family from fracture. Tears fell shared, the room alive with impossible hope. Months blurred into bloom. Lily's curls crept back, tentative and triumphant, her laughter echoing through the garden where roses unfurled under spring sun. Jack watched Elena push her on a swing. Nadia grilling burgers nearby, a tapestry woven from one night's ruin. "You gave us stars," he told Elena one dusk, her hand finding his. She smiled unbroken. "No, little one did, and she gave me everything." As fireflies danced, the truth lingered, not a breaker, but a builder, of worlds remade in quiet. Cinematic grace. What would you do in this situation? Tell me in the comments, and if the story touched your heart, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video.